Hello ChessMood Family, how are you doing? I decided to create a short video where I answer the API question. It should be interesting for all of you. This is typical isolated pawn structure. Sorry. And you should know what should be the plans for white and for black. So in the game was played b6. Very good move. Black want to develop his bishop. And the problem of black position now is only this bishop, which is not playing. And we should do something with this. And after playing this bishop, our rook will also play. So the plan for black is right. But there is one problem. After b6, there could be tactics because of our knight is hanging now. Can you see it? It's knight f6, queen f6, and bishop h7. After king h7, queen c2, and queen c6. And we lost the pawn. Yeah, after king g8, queen c6, rook b8, there should be some compensation. After bishop b7, it's not very easy, but we should be very careful for these tactics. Also, queen c2 also working. Now h7 is hanging, c6 is hanging. And if knight b4, bishop h7, and queen d2. Now if king h7, queen b4. Again, there may be some compensation. It's not very easy, but we are losing a pawn anyway. So if not b6, bishop d7 is not enough developing, because bishop should be on this diagonal, not on d7. You should prevent d5 move. This is a typical isolated pawn where we should block. Like bishop d7, white can play rook a d1, and now if we try to, let's say, take and queen b6, and next move we want to play rook d8, the problem is that white all the time will have this d5 move, after which we will have a little bit problems. So I think the right move here is knight d5. What we are doing? First we are blocking isolated pawn, and he will never have this d5 move. Secondly, after rook h1, let's say, if not rook h1 anyway, our next move is b6, we are ready. It's not tactics anymore, because of h7 pawn. Rook h1 and knight e7. Next move is coming b6, bishop b7. Then what could happen? Can be rook h8. If this rook changed, queen also can go to a8. After this coming another rook to d8 or c8. It depends already. So after knight d5, instead of b6, black is fine. For illustration here is more, I will move a little bit. If white don't do anything, they play just normal move. I will not put good moves for white, just will put simple moves. One where I will illustrate what should do black if white don't do anything serious. Let's say b6, let's say a3, let's say he changed this. Queen goes here, next move rook comes here or here, depends, and everything is fine. Typically in isolated pawn structure, who has isolated pawn, he should play very aggressive, trying to gain some attack in king side. So if we change some pieces, only white will have some problems. So let's go back, and the game was played anyway b6. Right move was knight d5. b6. So white misses this tactic, and the game was rook h1, bishop b7. Rook fd1. Now in the game API is doing g6, this is bad move. First our king, we are making problems for our king. We are giving these squares for nothing. It is the wrong move. Soon in the game you will see where the problem would occur. Knight d5, same. Knight d5 was the right move. Then rook h8, knight e7, trying to change one rook. Queen after that can go to a8 as we saw. Also this knight can come to f5, from where he will attack his d4 pawn and make troubles for white. And the game was played g6. Oh yes, also if you try to change some pieces, it's a nice idea for us. all the time if we change this bishops, knights, it's problem for white. But the thing here is that white can play here d5. It's still not a big problem, like, I mean, it can be draw. So in this position I already considering myself with black pieces to gain initiative, and I think knight d5 it's more pleasure for black to play this game. So rook f1 in the game was played g6, whereas why this is problem. In the game was bishop b1, and this is a nice illustration. In the game was knight a5. Right now white could play queen h6. And now if you take bishop e4, knight g5, and we get checkmated. The only way we should do it is we should sacrifice our queen. So queen h6 and our king begin to have some problems. Knight g5 now is coming, and it seems we should play f6. Or we should play queen e7, knight g5, f6. But for nothing we are weakening our king. It can be like this, and knight e4. It's still not very bad. It's not lost position, but for nothing we make problems for our king compared to this position when he was very solid. The last note here in the game was played bishop b1 instead of queen h6. Now I played queen d5. No reason not to take this knight. This king will be very weak. Also pawn structure, this is horrible pawn structure, and white has big problem now. Also a little bit not in the opening, it was French. If white want to play that isolated position, they should play c3 now, and to get that position. In the game was knight f3, this is wrong move, because you can play c4. Bishop should go back to e2, we take on e4, next move we take on d4, so we are pawn up, and white did something wrong, it was knight f3, wrong. So if white plays c3, now we can go to similar what was played with bishop b4, but it's also possible to play another two plans. As we are speaking in this video about plans, one plan is right now immediately to play bishop d7. As we saw in isolated pawn structure, we should develop this bishop. In the game where I played b6, there was problem because of tactics on h7, but here this is possible by doing right now bishop d7 move. Idea is very simple. After knight f3, we take on e4, bishop c6. We solve the problem with this bishop and everything is fine. Another plan it would be taking on e4, changing another bishops, and playing knight d7. Knight is going to f6 from where he will blockade the isolated pawn and will not let to play him d5. So now if knight f3, knight f6, castle, and without any problem we are playing b6. Our knight on c6 is not hanging. Next move, simple, bishop b7, queen d6, rook f d8, and white will have problems because of d4 pawn. If knight d7, white play knight e2 for keeping their bishop to go f3. It's not a big deal, because knight on e2 is very passive, and still we can play rook b8, b6, bishop b7. After changing here, let's say white do some simple move. Rook will wonderfully join from d7. Queen will go somewhere, it can be e7, it can be a8, rooks come to d8, making big pressure on d4, and white has problems. So I hope it makes sense, I hope I answer your questions. What should be right plan here for black? Ciao guys!